You guys wanted a detailed list of every The Boys cast member's previous projects, and I'm here to deliver. From Jeffrey Dean Morgan's John Winchester to Antony Starr's Xena Warrior Princess roles, here's where you have seen The Boys cast before. Of course, I'll start with the man, the legend, Karl Urban. This man has such a varied and long catalog that I don't even know where to begin. When you write Karl on Google, this man comes up before Karl Marx. That's how important he is. Anyway, you might have seen him in the movie Ghost Ship, which is his first ever Hollywood movie. He was most famously in the Lord of the Rings franchise as this handsome guy, Éomer. But how can I forget his incredible contribution to Xena Warrior Princess, where he played 4 different roles over the years, including that of Julius Caesar and Cupid. Look at that hair. He played the same 2 roles a few years prior in Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. Some of his other iconic roles were in the TV show Almost Human and in the movies The Chronicles of Riddick, The Bourne Supremacy, Doom, Star Trek, and most especially, respectfully, Dredd as Judge Dredd. Most recently, he starred in Thor Ragnarok and Hangman and had a cameo as a stormtrooper in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Remember what I told you.
Antony Starr. Let's continue with the Kiwi actor who was arrested in Spain after attacking a young chef while drunk and who was named most like their character by his castmates. Antony Starr, everyone.
What, did you all put him in?
Did you know he's also from Wellington, New Zealand, just like Karl Urban? Earlier in their careers, they had guest roles in the same shows, which included Xena Warrior Princess. He's best known for his TV show roles. For example, he portrayed identical twin brothers in a New Zealand family comedy drama, Outrageous Fortune. You might have also seen him in Rush, Tricky Business, Banshee, and American Gothic. Last year, he starred in the Guy Ritchie movie The Covenant. Jensen Ackles. If we're talking about Homelander, we have to talk about his dad, Soldier Boy. Jensen's earliest and most popular role was in Days of Our Lives as Eric Brady. He also had important roles in Dark Angel, Dawson's Creek, and Smallville before appearing in his most iconic role as Dean Winchester in Supernatural.
You know what I do want? Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi rocks, on occasion.
Can you believe he was in 327 episodes of Supernatural? Well, I'm not counting the spin-off that didn't work. He was the lead in the movie The Bloody Valentine 3D. You might have also heard his voice as Batman in a few animated films like Batman, The Long Halloween, and Justice League War World. Jack Quaid. Born to Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid, Jack's first role was as Marvel in the Hunger Games movie. He was one of the asshole District 1 tributes who tried to hunt down everyone. He also played Fishbang in Logan Lucky, Connor in Rampage, Richard Kirsch in Scream, and Richard Feynman in Oppenheimer. As for his TV roles, he is best known for his voice acting, but still, you might have seen him in Vinyl. He has been voicing one of the main characters in Star Trek Lower Decks, and he's the Superman himself in My Adventures with Superman. You might have also heard his voice in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where he voiced a version of Peter Parker. Erin Moriarty. Erin played in the movies Captain Fantastic, The Miracle Season, and Monster Party, among others, but she is best recognized for her TV roles like Whitney in One Life to Live, Natalie in The Red Widow, Audrey in True Detective Season 1, and Hope in Jessica Jones Season 1. Speaking of Jessica Jones, there's another The Boys actor who was in that series, and that's Colby Minifie. She played Robin in the first season. Colby had many guest roles in various TV shows, but the one you might remember her from is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, where she was Ginger. She was one of the phone operators in B. Altman. Colby also starred as Virginia in Fear the Walking Dead. A fun fact, Colby was also in the movie Radium Girls. Her role was a minor one, but Susan Heyward, Sister Sage in The Boys, had a bigger role in the film. I will talk about her in a minute. Jessie T Usher. Jesse's movie appearances are a few, but he made his mark nonetheless in these movies: Independence Day, Resurgence, Ride, Shaft, Dangerous Lies, and Smile. As for his TV appearances, he has many guest roles, but his main roles were in Level Up and Survivor's Remorse. Chace Crawford. If you were a teenage girl like me while Gossip Girl was out, you must have had a crush on Nate Archibald, which is, fair to say, Chase's most famous role.
You're telling me all about your gigantic hit show Gossip Girl.
My pleasure, Michelle.
Do you accept this token of my love?
I do, thank you. I'm also on The Boys, FYI. Okay, bye.
He was later a main character in the soap opera Blood and Oil. You might have also seen him in the movies The Haunting of Molly Hartley, 12, What to Expect When You're Expecting, Eloise, Charlie Says, where he played a real-life murderer Tex Watson, by the way, and Nighthawks. He was also in the film Inheritance, and guess who was the lead in that film? Simon Pegg. Radio Times calls the man one of the few actors to achieve the holy grail of nerddom, as he starred in Doctor Who, Star Trek, and Star Wars The Force Awakens. He has also had a recurring role in the Mission Impossible film series. It's impossible to talk about every major project of Simon because he has so many. I know the comments will be like, but you didn't mention this and you didn't mention that. Do you want me to go over his IMDb page? It's long. So I will mention some of my favorites. He wrote and starred in the British sitcom Spaced. He was a sergeant in Band of Brothers. He was the voice of Buck in 3 Ice Age movies. He also starred in Ready Player One. I should also mention his partnership with Edgar Wright in the 3 Flavors Cornetto film trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. Valorie Curry. Valorie seems to be everyone's favorite cast member right now. I mean, I get it. It's impossible not to have a crush on her. I have to tell you that she's actually Kara in the video game Detroit Become Human. She first appeared as Kara in the 2012 short film. She was also in the music video for the song After Midnight by Blink-182. She has big roles in Veronica Mars, The Following, House of Lies, The Tick, and The Lost Symbol. I would say her most shocking role was in the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2, where she played a vampire. She looks hot as a vampire too, I have to admit. Laz Alonso. Laz also has a long filmography. His projects include Fast and Furious 4 and 6, Stomp the Yard, Wrath of Man, and Avatar, among others. His TV appearances are even more varied, as he appeared in the medical drama Providence, the sitcom One-on-One, and the crime dramas Eyes and Southland. He was also among the main cast members of Breakout Kings, Deception, The Mysteries of Laura, LA's Finest, and Power Book 2 Ghost. Susan Heyward. Susan, who is the most unbelievable looking 41-year-old, was also in Vinyl alongside Jack Quaid, but she is best known for her role in Orange is the New Black. She has mostly appeared in TV shows rather than films. She was also in The Following, just like Valorie Curry. She was one of the lead characters in the superhero show Powers. You might have also seen her in Delilah and Hello Tomorrow. Karen Fukuhara. The cutest cast member, Karen, was actually in Suicide Squad as Katana. She had a cameo in the Brad Pitt movie Bullet Train. She usually has voice roles. If you want to hear her, you can check out Craig of the Creek, She-Ra and the Princess of Power, Archer, and Pokemon Concierge. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's another actor who, when I look at their filmography, I just get overwhelmed. Of course, you must know him from The Walking Dead and its spin-off Dead City as Negan Smith.
Pardon me, young man, and excuse the shit out of my goddamn French, but did you just threaten me?
As I mentioned in the intro, he played John Winchester, the father of Dean and Sam in Supernatural. Jeffrey also had a recurring role in Grey's Anatomy. His other TV roles include Magic City, The Secret Life of Marilyn Monroe, Texas Rising, and The Good Wife, among others. As for his movies, I will mention P.S. I Love You, Watchmen, and Rampage. The video would be an hour long if I mentioned the rest. You can let me know in the comments though. Where did you watch Jeffrey? Claudia Doumit. As someone who has never played any video games, I didn't know the significance of Claudia's role in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But here it is, that's where you might know her from. She was also in 3 episodes of Scandal, 6 episodes of How to Be a Vampire, and had the main role in Timeless. Tomar Capone. Did you know that Frenchie is actually portrayed by an Israeli actor who had great success in his own country before joining the cast of The Boys? For example, he played main characters in Fauda and When Heroes Fly, Israeli drama shows. Giancarlo Esposito. Of course, you know him as Gus Fring from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He also played a federal agent in Homicide, Life on the Streets, Sidney Glass in Once Upon a Time, a major in Revolution, a professor in Dear White People, a leader of a fallen empire in The Mandalorian, a real-life pastor and politician in Godfather of Harlem. The actor was also in Do the Right Thing, a movie considered Spike Lee's magnum opus. You might have also seen him in The Usual Suspects, School Days, and the recent The Gentleman on Netflix. I know he has many more famous roles, but maybe you can tell me those. Nathan Mitchell. Playing Black Noir in The Boys, Nathan has had a series of guest spots in various TV shows, which include Arrow, iZombie, and The Tomorrow People. Believe it or not, he had a 2-episode arc in Supernatural Season 12. Most recently, he was in Netflix's Ginny and Georgia. If you want to learn what The Boys cast looked like before they were famous, check out this video.